So we keep hearing that real men don't care about a woman's money, that he's supposed to provide regardless of what she brings in. But let's be real. Most men today don't make enough money to ignore a woman's income. That was what's put on the table, right? And when that woman is successful in living a lifestyle he can't match, now what? Now what? If we're being honest, can most men afford to provide everything today without a woman's help? Can most men afford to provide everything today without a woman's help? Go ahead, Luis. I see you shaking your head first. Go ahead, kick it off.
I don't think so. I think there's a select group of men that can do that. I mean, granted, there's a few caveats, right? I think it's very important for us to kind of qualify this question. I think men who have taken a certain route in their life, whether they went through trade school, the army, and have invested some money and don't and haven't piled up a lot of debt at a young age, are in probably a better financial position. Even if they don't make a whole lot of money, they don't have a whole lot of debt against that, and sort of they're able to kind of do a little bit more in that essence. um there are a lot of guys who do make a lot of money, but they have a lot of high debt. So it just really depends on a lot of factors. I know everybody's not really where they want to be at certain moments or certain seasons of their life, but I think that um, every man would love to do that, be able to cover and take care of everything. But I just don't think that every man is in a position at this moment to do that.
Okay.
They could, but
Lapeef, what do you mean by take care of everything, if you don't mind me asking? What do they
Um,
mean?
just all the bills, like her lifestyle, just what's whatever's needed. So, like, however your lifestyle is, are men able to come in and be able to take care of all everything?
So that's interesting that just to add my 2 cents that some of you all think that's not possible. Now, I don't think a man should have to come in and take care of like a woman's nails and hair. What if she goes and gets those things done? But he should be able to take care of himself before the woman comes into his life, right? So if he can pay his own bills, if he can pay his own rent and mortgage and light bill and gas bill, that should be an easy transition once he moves into a partnership, right? I think, you know, people should be whole and able to care for themselves and provide for themselves before they move into any type of relationship. So once you actually move into a relationship, then that part should be a simple transition.
Okay.
so what if he's living in a one-bedroom apartment or studio? That's not enough space for
Well,
two
yeah, I mean, when
people.
you add in
Right.
variables like the cost of the rent or the mortgage and things of that nature, you have to take that into account for sure.
So we're talking about a scalable example where there is
That's
like,
not always the case. I mean,
yeah.
every man doesn't live in a studio, so there will be variables. So yeah, to your point, Louise, there will be variables.
All right. Go ahead, Amir. What are your thoughts? Can most men afford to provide everything today without a woman's help?
I believe that the reason why men are having to actually care about a woman's income now is because women are starting to not provide feminine value. So they're starting to provide more masculine value at this point. So now men are starting to see them as more, not even equal, but as people that don't need to be taken care of anymore. So you see more men now demanding that a woman come and contribute. Like I see so many panels now where men are saying, "What do you bring to the table? If I bring you into my life, what are you going to bring? What are you going to give to me? What are you going to provide me that I can't provide myself?" That those are questions that I don't believe were asked before of women, but now they are being asked because women wanted this equality. They wanted to be seen as capable. So now men are starting to see them as capable, and they're saying, well, if you're capable, then help me out with these bills. But when you ask your question, can most men afford to provide everything? I believe, yes, they can, because a woman, if you're going to be with a man, you should live according to his means. If you are with a man, you live according to what he can provide. So if he can only provide a Honda and a studio apartment, then you will live in the studio apartment and drive the Honda. And you will do your duties accordingly, and you will be a good wife, and you will not complain because you're not there for what he has. You're there to be with him. So yes, a man can provide, but if a woman is asking for a luxury lifestyle, then no. I mean, then there's going to be some difficulties coming with that. But I believe that a woman should live at a man's means. If you're going to be with a man, you need to live at his means.
All right. True. Table. It's on you, sir. Can most men afford to provide everything today without a woman's help?
Yeah, I believe so. I think I may be oversimplifying it, but I agree with Amir. It's not that men can't take care of everything. It's that we are now having a majority of women push a lifestyle that most of them actually don't live currently. And so I think it's somewhat of a hustle. You know, a lot of women are living in debt. A lot of them finance sandwiches through Klarna and Afterpay and Affirm. And so what I think has happened is that they got a little bit of taste of independence, and they see that even taking care of themselves is actually pretty substantial, it's heavy. And so now they're trying to, I think, creep themselves back into this structure, which is where the shaming is coming in. But majority of men, I believe, could, to Amira's point, take care of the basic needs, house, car, you know, food. But when you talk about luxury, you talk about floor seats, vacation in every quarter. No, most people don't live like that. So, but I do believe most men could easily, actually. I digress.
Callie, what percentage of men today can truly cover all the bills?
All the bills is in like her combined bills and his bills as well.
All the bills.
I'd say
In your opinion, what percentage?
In America, I'd probably say about 20 to 30%. Because the average, just the cost of living, I live in California. So like, I don't know if anybody ever live in California, but it ain't that easy to live out here. I mean, they taxing you on everything. So a lot of men out here are struggling just to take care of themselves. Add another person to that. Oof. You know, so it's about 20 to 30% actually have the ability to go in and cover the entirety.
Okay.